What's up, everybody, and welcome to Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr.,
I'm his wife, Deirdra,
and we're something like an ordinary couple.
with extraordinary purpose.
And if this is not episode 153, it's somewhere around. Thank y'all for watching.
Greetings, salutations, accolades, and blessings.
What's up, mob stars? What's happening?
You got chapstick on?
What's up, patrons? Yeah, why?
It's Carmack.
Carmax? Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Why?
Because my lips felt a little bit dry.
Take the little bit of lotion and put them on there.
No, I don't. It's my hand is dry. Ain't no lotion on my hand.
It is. If you
It's
touch
not.
it, it's shiny.
It's not.
Wipe
You
it.
only gave me this much. So it's not enough.
All right, we gonna start this podcast before I mess around and have to put her in the chokehold. She's been trying me all day.
How have I been trying you?
You've been trying me all day.
I called you just to see your beautiful face and
You
to tell
did.
you that I loved you, but I was trying you all
Well, then,
day.
when we got home, you said, "Johnny, I need you to hold me at night. You be so tired, and when you don't hold me, then listen to me, because I'm gonna get somebody else to hold me."
I absolutely did not say the end part of that.
All I'm saying is, if y'all see the pool in the backyard and Deirdra not in no more podcasts, then y'all know what time it is.
Where am I?
You was under the pool.
Oh my God. You know, you just implicated yourself, right? Is case I end up missing.
Well, when they dig the pool up, they ain't gonna find it. I ain't gonna put you there now. I'm gonna put it out there.
What in the world?
You the one
Don't
started
say
it.
that.
You
Don't
started
say that
this.
to me.
Well, you stopped it. You trying me.
I love you.
We in this forever, for life.
I love you.
Live for life.
Okay, hold me.
Live for life. Leave
Hold
for life, for
me
die.
now. That ain't what the song say.
It's not. It's really not. It's all right.
Oh,
I messed that girl's song up.
let me in. Let me out.
That's not what it says.
I know it's not. But when I heard it before we saw the movie, I was like, okay, it's a different her. You know, it's a different Rihanna. But then when I saw the movie and the actual song with the movie, then I was like, oh man, that's
heavy.
so yeah.
It's a heavy song.
I was like, wow.
For Chadwick.
The movie was just, it was so, I want to go see
Wakanda
it again.
forever.
Okay.
You like that?
I like you.
I like you back. Why are you giggling?
Because just a minute ago, we was talking about putting me under pools and stuff. And
I like you. That's why you wind up under the pool if you try to leave me. Listen, we
got some questions tonight, baby.
Yeah, so tonight we doing Ask the Mobleys.
And I have some healthy mix, some cranberry.
Y'all remember the last time she was eating some of this mix-up stuff, what happened?
I almost choked. And this is just a small bag.
James ain't gonna make a reel.
I know what everything in this mix is, baby. Except for, what is pepitas? Pepitas.
I don't know. It sounds like it's a part of the Peed family.
You know what? You don't know what pepitas is?
No, I don't.
Hey, girl.
Pumpkin seed.
That's about to say you cancel.
You gonna tell the patrons, hey?
Oh, damn, not with my bonnet on.
Oh, sorry. I love you, Bridget.
She done put the phone down real fast.
Real.
It's some people watching this got bonnets on, girl.
Right, and they need to know that it's okay.
Well, I'm not. I don't even.
Just say hi, then they can hear you. They can hear you on the microphone.
Hi, patrons.
Okay, and mob stars.
And mob stars. It is me, Bridget, soon to be Giles. Everybody's welcome to the wedding.
Oh, really? A whole official invite to the world? All right.
But you know that she ain't getting no address.
Right, exactly.
She didn't get one address out. Now, when we start getting emails talking about we want to come to the wedding.
Right. All right, girl. Well, I saw the dress. That's the one.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we'll call you when we're done. Okay, bye.
All right. Like we said,
yeah.
we about to ask the Mobleys. Yeah.
Was that the introduction of it?
Ask the Mobleys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so what they asked us? What they asked
Asking us marital relationship questions.
Mm-hmm.
If you're feeling like you're in a rut, just hit them in the gut. No, don't do that. Listen, if you feel like your marriage and relationship is a little challenging, reach out to us on www.momentswiththemobleys.com. You can email all questions to info@mobley.com. That's right.
What?
That's not right.
info@momentswiththemobleys.com. Thank y'all.
That's what it is?
In advance. I had that part of it. You go ahead and finish it out.
What?
Info.
That's what I said, right? What I said?
You definitely butchered it.
info@momentswiththemobleys.com. That's it?
That's it.
What did I say? Rewind the recording. I want to see what I think I said.
The slightest idea.
I did think I said, y'all be trying to clown me.
You was trying to get a little close to it, but it was something else.
Y'all be trying to clown me.
It was something else. Definitely
that woman power is real strong. Y'all need to stop it.
Go ahead.
Anyway, reach out to us. info@momentswiththemobleys.com. You go to our website, www.momentswiththemobleys.com, and click on a free consult, and then get with us on Facebook. You can do that as well. Instagram, TikTok. No TikTok.
We are on TikTok, but
we on TikTok.
You can request a consultation via the website, Facebook, or Instagram.
Yeah. And no Twitter. We on Twitter as Mobley Moments.
But all other platforms is
Moments with the Mobleys.
You all right, baby?
I'm fine. That's why I let you do
Is my beauty just making you a little tongue-tied?
Overwhelming.
It's overwhelming to you?
Overwhelming.
Oh.
You'll make me lick your face.
That's all you. I can't get my bag open. I guess that means I ain't supposed to be eating it.
You gonna ask these questions?
I am. Okay, so
give me the bag.
Guys,
you know why you can't open it? Because you're trying to open it from the wrong way. The slit up here. Well,
you got it?
Hold up.
You got it, sweetie?
Just ask the question. The people ain't called.
Y'all, these questions that we have are quite
easy way.
These are a little intense. I know some of the other ones that we've had is a little intense as well, but these are a lot intense, right? Don't worry about it. So
I'm gonna open them.
They
ain't gonna get me.
They're not gonna get you. You got them?
Miss me with that.
Oh, if you want to let it.
That's my reward.
Let it break your soul.
That was my reward.
Thank you.
Go ahead and ask him one.
You talk about me, don't you choke?
I ain't gonna choke.
Okay, so listen, guys, we're getting ready to get started. For this edition of
Ask the Mobleys.
The first question is the subscriber says, I was going to say the prescriber. Mm-hmm. The subscriber says it's a woman.
That's our other business.
It says, my husband and I have only been married for a year and a half, and we hit a rocky patch. You got to listen. This one is.
Did you get premarital counseling? Go ahead.
Okay. He actually moved out, and we had been separated for 2 months.
Already?
Listen, Mo.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
As we were going through our troubles, I found out I was pregnant. And because I thought we were headed for divorce, I got an abortion. Heavy, heavy. Fast forward to last month, right after Christmas, we were doing better, and I told him about it, and he lost it. He claims he can't trust me and doesn't understand why I would get rid of his child. I wasn't trying to bring a child into this broken situation. He is saying he can never forgive me. Is this savable, and is it worth saving? Now, the question the reason why I posed the question for you to answer first is because as a man, yeah, he's saying he can't forgive her. Is it savable, and is it worth saving from a male's perspective? I know when I even gave the inkling that I was going to kill or wanted to find information out about aborting your child, you told me you were very kind about it, actually.
I just say, don't kill my baby.
Yeah, I know that's your body, but I'm your husband. No, that's my baby. I'm just asking, it is your body, but I'm asking you not to kill my baby. And it turns out to be that the baby were babies.
Twins. Yeah.
So go ahead.
So it's so much in this. First of all, y'all got married. Sound like y'all
That's
young.
what I was gonna say.
Y'all
deal with it piece by piece.
Y'all probably didn't get premarital counseling. Y'all ran into a rough patch and he left. That's a problem. That's a red flag. But you being pregnant, that's a whole different situation. You have your relationship, but then you have a child that you actually made with your husband. So that should have been a conversation. For you to make that decision on your own without his anything, yeah, that was dead wrong. That was dead wrong. Now, that's a lot of women probably could be like, that's her body. She can do what she want to do. And I get that. That's her body, but it's his baby too. So it should have been a conversation about it. The answer to the last question, yes, your marriage, it can work. But y'all gotta want it to work. That was probably pretty big for him. And it sounds like y'all haven't talked about expectations, what y'all expect out, from each other. It sounds like a whole lot of not talking in this marriage. So, but that's big. The child didn't do anything. I know you probably was scared. You didn't know which way it was going. You probably got married to be married forever. And then first thing, whatever happened, he left and moved. She said moved out, right? Just left.
Well, she did say move out.
Yeah.
And they were separated for 2 months.
What happened? Like, that's my question. What happened in a year, being married for a year and a half? What happened that made him pack his stuff and move out? I'm sure y'all probably been together a little longer before y'all got married, but what happened? What could have possibly happened for that to happen? But the whole child thing, I do think the marriage is savable. But you both have to want it. You just both have to want it. And just so you understand, the part that when he says, I can't trust you because you killed a whole life, a whole child of his and yours without even having a conversation with him.
Right.
So that's pretty big. That's pretty big. So that's pretty big. I'm gonna leave it like that. What you got?
This might be on the spot for you, but do you think that you would have been able to forgive me
if you'd have killed a baby without me knowing? Where I am now, well, then I would have took it real hard. It would have been tough.
Yeah.
I think we would have got through it, but it would have been real, real tough. It would have been.
Yeah.
We would have got through it. I do believe we would have got through it because I loved you and wanted to be with you just that much. But that would have definitely had to be probably some counseling that had to happen with that.
Yeah.
So
I think this is the perfect example for making permanent decisions when you're emotional. Being that he did, he moved out, y'all were separated for a couple months. So at some point y'all started back talking. And so with that uncertainty still being there, when you found out that you were pregnant, even if that was the catalyst for y'all to start back talking, for them to start back talking, I think that should maybe have been what it was, saying, I know you moved out. I know we're going through whatever we're going through, but something has happened differently that's now changed the game.
Yeah.
So for us to really figure out if we're going to, keep this separation or, permanent and be divorced or just whatever, you raise the child. Yeah, the situation was jacked up, but it was also jacked up that you made a decision by yourself and excluded the man who at some point, you loved him and you wanted to be with him enough that you married him. And a year and a half, yeah, that sounds about right. Rough patch. Yeah. It's happened to the best of us. But, one, what we always tell couples is you leaving, there are certain options that you got to take out of the equation.
Yeah.
Y'all been married for a year and a half, rough patch, he left. You didn't, disclose why he left. But even if it was a bedroom and another room, somebody go to the other bedroom type situation to separate while y'all figure things out. We always tell couples like that is an option that we say take off the table. We heard Bishop Jake say one time, stay until, because the couples used to be like, well,
we done fell out of
love. Well, stay there until the love come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what's happened now is he left. Things were probably up in the air. And you didn't make that call to him that you should have, no matter how angry y'all were at that time. That was a call that needed to be made, even if it was y'all probably weren't talking to each other the best kind of ways, or at that point, having the best communication, but at least, hey, we need to sit down and talk. Something has happened. I need to tell you about it because this changes, the whole situation for us. And then y'all make that decision together. Because at the end of the day, that right there is a situation where I don't care how mad you are at the person, whether it was be a boyfriend, whether it be whatever, nobody can tell you how to feel in that certain situation or when you're in that certain predicament. But at the end of the day, the right thing would have been to call him and y'all have a conversation. And even if it wasn't even if y'all ended up not being together, maybe talked about co-parenting or just something like that. But that decision was not yours alone, sis. And I got to say, just from a woman's perspective, because like I said, I remember when we found out that we were pregnant with the twins, we didn't know that it was two babies yet. But I knew I had a 2 and a 1-year-old at home, and I didn't want to be pregnant again. And I'm sure, I think we told this story on some of the earlier episodes, but we were headed back home, and it was like a 30-minute drive, about 45 minutes, 45-minute drive. And I remember that one thing that you said it very calmly. You was like, I know it's your body, but I'm just asking you, please don't kill my baby.
Yeah.
And little did I know that it wasn't just one baby, but it was 2 babies. And so I think had I went ahead and done that with or without him knowing that probably would have killed me, to know that it was 2 babies. So you just got to think about things and try to think things through and not make a rush decision or a final decision based on a temporary situation. And it sounds like this is very, very much what it is. Can y'all get over this hurdle? Like Johnnie said, absolutely.
But you both gotta want it.
Right, you both gotta want it, because if he is hurt, and it should be very understandable to you. I know that's your body, and you actually went through the procedure and the whole thing, and probably still going through it. And so you now have the after effects of it. So you need to talk to somebody as well. But he didn't know. And so I honestly think that that's what's going on now. And he's at a place where he still is hurt. So you may have to just give him some time.
Yeah. But like I said, well, not a but.
Yeah.
I would, if anything, I would probably want to know, get a clarity on why he packed up and left the house.
Yeah.
Because that's, most men at being married that short of a span, they'll leave and maybe spend the night out or something, but pack your stuff and like move out the house. Yeah, what happened? And that's what I would say. What happened? And just like Deirdra said, you make a decision out of emotions. Remember, your emotions are loyal to your feelings, and you can allow your feelings to pass, and your emotions will simmer as well. So I think it probably was a real quick decision because you wanted to do it before the baby got big to where he couldn't. But it should have been a conversation. It should have been a conversation. Yeah. I don't know why a part of me is saying that he wanted out of this marriage in the first place. He wanted out. I don't know why I feel that, because I think he wanted out. And I don't know why I feel that.
But again, you still don't know the reason. We still don't know the reason
I don't know why he
out.
left.
We don't know what that piece it was. Yeah. But again, so our final answer in this is, it can be saved. But again, y'all got to get over this hurdle. Go get professional counseling to deal with the stuff that happened even before this happened.
Yeah. And remember, we are definitely an option. So if y'all want to use us, or I don't know where y'all at, if we have some resources, we can give you some resources to actually go to somebody with it that we will refer to get counseling. So
yeah. So we wish y'all the best, though. We really do. Because that's a hard pill to swallow. So the next one says, my husband has a big ego and I just can't. He thinks that I am too masculine because I can take care of myself and expect him to do the same. I am not a docile woman who fixes plates and hops up and down when he tells me to.
You don't cook? You don't cook?
She says she don't fix no plates and she don't hop up and down when he tell her to.
So I'm gonna be, so she cook, but she ain't go fix the plate.
Well, it don't say if she cook either. It just say,
You're right.
I'm not a docile woman who fixes plates and hops up and down when he tells me to. He knew this before we got married, but it's come up several times in conversation in group settings. He claims I'm not nice. How can we come to a mutual ground? I was raised to not depend on a man for anything. Shouldn't he be happy that I want him, but I don't need him? Boop, 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 boop.
You want him, but don't need him. So
go back to the top, though. Start at the top. My husband has a big ego, and I just can't. I would venture to say that you knew he had a big ego because you met him and then you eventually married him, right?
Well, let's say this. What if it's not his ego? What if it's her independence?
It very well could be.
And then she looking at it as him having an ego, and he won't look.
Because he would like his wife to do certain things for her husband, for him.
Yeah, and I can say that, and that's something that can easily be worked out. If it's certain things that you wouldn't like to do, then y'all can just have a conversation and then find ways to do it. Remember, marriage is a selfless relationship, so it's a selfless mindset. So, but yeah, I get the whole you want him but don't need him. I got that. I got that. But it's not a person in this world that's married, not married, who don't want to feel needed at some point in time.
Right.
So if you want him and don't need him, why you married him? Yeah. If a man don't feel like you need him at some point in time with something, then what I'm here for? What I'm here for? If I'm just here laying pipe, then I mean, I catch you at a hotel at some place. We ain't got to do the whole marriage thing. Can I say this on the okay?
Well, you already said. It said hopefully I think
but
pipe
my whole
stuff.
thing, my whole thing, that's a myth. Men and women, husband and wives want to be wanted and needed.
Yeah.
That is something that needs to happen.
And take care of each other and serve each other.
Yeah.
And we understand that you can take care of yourself and, that you were raised to be independent and this, that, and the other. But like you said, when we talked about this question before we came, when we first saw him and we talked about him, like you said, this sounds like some uncommunicated expectations that happened. Yeah, he may have known that you were independent and you were probably a go-getter. And to be honest, that's what draws a lot of men to a lot of women.
Yeah.
Anyway, because they can, they
can build with that.
Right.
You can build with
that. We can build together. But this right here, when you say this, that's like, he knew you weren't a docile woman when he met, before he married you and all this stuff. You ain't fixing no plates and jumping up and down, when he say jump or whatever. But at the end of the day, your relationship is what you make it to be and what you've already talked about. Again, y'all may have seen these. There's no way that you didn't know that he has this ego, as you call it. And he probably did know that you were, the independent one and wasn't fixing plates and all this stuff.
He probably thought it was going to change at some point in time.
Right. Again, unexpected conversations that needed to happen.
Uncommunicated expectations.
Right.
But sweetheart, you got that from somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody, whether you was raised by a single mama, somebody told you not to depend on no man for nothing. And you cannot get married and don't depend on your husband or want your husband or need your husband for something.
And that's the exact opposite of what marriage was meant to be, right? And so we're married, but there are times that I will fix his plate. There are times that I won't. Johnny is like Chef Boyardee Johnny. So there are times when he want to doctor up his food or, make it a certain way or put a certain amount of sauce on this or, you do that.
I was trying to see where you was going with it.
No, it wasn't nothing negative.
It was borderline shade or
no, it wasn't. No, not at all. Okay. But especially, we have salads or whatever we have. And, like I said, there are times, when I will make it. I'll be like, babe, you want me to make your food or whatever. A lot of times you don't because you want to add stuff to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a salad or if it's a, baked potato, he want to add a certain amount of this to it or that. So those times, then I won't make it. But that's still not him telling me, oi. And he never tells me when to get up and when to sit down. So
yeah.
That's going into a whole nother lane of what? The husband dominating the wife. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am a submitted wife. But my husband,
she's submitted to a husband that is a leader, not a boss.
Right. Say that again for the people in the back.
I say she submitted to a man. Scared me too a little bit, Allison.
Yeah.
People
need to hear that.
She submitted to a man who is a leader in his household and not a boss.
And not a
boss is a dictator.
Yeah.
A leader leads by example and directs where he might need the help at. And then when in a marriage, because we've been together so long, we've been working at this so long, and we continue to evolve and perfect this thing, I don't have to even really direct her no more. If we're doing something, then she knows where to fill in at because we got our rhythm. So it's not about him. If he's dictating to you, then yeah, I got that.
Right.
But if you got your chest out and you I don't need you, I just want you, and it sounds like you probably done said that. You probably done told the man.
Look, can you tell that from just us reading the question?
You probably done told the man you ain't need him, so he probably in his head like, what?
Me not to take nothing from
what you?
man.
Okay, well, what I'm here for then? What I'm here for? That is a myth. I need and want my wife.
Love and need and want you, baby.
And she loves and needs and wants me. And needs me. So it's just certain things that happen sometimes. And what that does is that cultivates and strengthens the relationship. If I'm in a vulnerable place and I'm not where I need to be at, I need her to fill in that gap for me, and vice versa. That just strengthens the relationship. If she got it by herself and then I'm over here building something else by myself, then what we doing?
Yeah.
What we together for?
Yeah.
The sex? So he just a prostitute to you, man.
And another, just may I insert something else? Like, God forbid, what if something happened to you where you couldn't take care of yourself?
Oh, that's good. And he your husband, but then he look at you and say, well, I know you want me, but you don't need me, right?
Like, what if that was to happen?
But she probably, people, you got to change your mindset, sweetie.
Right. Granted, I can't take care of myself, but I'm with this man and I take pleasure in the fact that we serve each other and that he does take care of me, but I take care of him as well. It's a serving of one another. Where it ain't about egos or nothing like that or whatever. You trying to figure out what that was?
It was bigger than a sunflower seed.
It's a pepito. I don't know. But anyway, so think about those things when you say that, and maybe rethink marriage, like period. I don't know, like you said, I don't know where your what role models you had, and if it was just mama by herself, and raising you to be strong and independent, and I don't need a man, I just want a man.
That's how it usually happens.
Yeah, because I've met a couple ladies who have that whole attitude. Well, then why even get married? Like, what we doing? Yeah. Don't no man want no rough woman. No. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. You have to just.
So y'all need to sit down and talk about it, even if previously
that need to be we would definitely suggest some therapy for that.
Yeah, so go talk to somebody, because
that's a mindset that this young lady has, and she been like that for a while.
And if he is talking about it in group settings, it's probably because he may have tried to talk to you about it before, or maybe y'all have had conversations about it before, but now he's not feeling heard, or maybe if I say it, it's going, which that's not the right thing to do either, because now you're bringing other people into the situation, because 9 times out of 10 they offering their opinions as well.
Yeah. And if he's talking to a female about this, then everything that he's saying that's wrong about you, she's gonna pick up and do it right
and make it right. So y'all, it definitely needs to be some conversations and some sessions happening.
Yeah.
If y'all gonna stay married, because obviously it's an issue because the question was given, and so I would just, like I said, just venture to say it's some stuff that has been taught that might need to be looked at, a little bit differently.
Yeah, need to be untaught and retaught, because you can't. Yeah. You have, once you move into a marriage, then pretty much everything else that you've learned, some of the stuff you can keep if it's usable,
right?
But most of the stuff you learn in the marriage and your relationship got to be created brand new.
Yeah,
because it's 2 different people from 2 different personalities, from
perspectives,
2 different cultures. So it's a lot that's there.
Yeah.
So you got to create from where you at, from that, and develop that, and that's how the relationship and the rhythm and everything gets moving in your relationship. You can't be the person you was and bring all the stuff you was before you get married. You got to create something brand new.
Yeah,
you have to. And
just,
mama
this
did
sound like
good.
it's No nurturing of the relationship or no nothing going
Mama
on.
did good because mama probably was a single mama and she probably got dogged out by a lot of dudes. And then she just say, bunk the dudes. I got this. I'm going to do it by myself. And they just good for what they good for.
Yeah.
And that's probably what she did. And then
because she always had to do it by herself.
Yeah. So if that's all she's done and that's all she has
what she gave
practiced, then that's all she had to give you. And now if you trying to change it up and then be married, you can't really do that. You can't go into a marriage as with a single-minded independence, I'm who I am type thing. So there's moments for that.
Yeah.
What's going on?
My pumpkin got a fever. One of our grandbabies got a fever. But he's okay. In Jesus' name, he is healed. He's just fine. So yeah. That just seems to me like I don't even know how Johnny would take it if I was to tell you some type of foolishness like that.
That you want me and don't need me?
Yeah.
Well,
I've never said that to you. I think the one time that I tried to show you that was when you left. I think the last time you left.
And I if you was to tell me that now, I'm not going out and cheat, but I know I probably wouldn't do it. I'd be like, girl, please.
You wouldn't listen to me?
Girl, whatever.
You're crazy. So you just ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying, Johnny? No. I know.
This ain't what we doing. That's when the leadership comes. I might have to boss up one time on that. When that ain't what we doing in this house. I'm just playing. I want to boss up.
Well, yeah. And again, just I don't know. Oh, did we even answer the last question?
What was the last question?
We talked about how to come on mutual ground. Both of y'all gonna have to give. That's how you come on mutual ground. It can't be him being over here trying to be right. You over there trying to be right because you was raised, to just want a man, not need a man. So yeah, this gonna be have some selflessness, some giving, some compromising to what's going on, because it sounds like. What man don't want their wife to be caring and loving and take care of them? And if it's fixing their plate, if that's something that y'all do, that's something y'all do. There are some couples that we know that's a given in their relationship. That's what they do. And they enjoy doing it for one another. There's a couple that, we know that the wife, for whatever reason, like Johnny say, for the reasons that happened in the past, that's how she was. That's how she did. She was always taking care of somebody, and that's what she had to do.
Yeah.
And so that was her posture for a long time. And so then here comes a man who is now wanting to, take care of her and nurture her and just be her, be her man. And some of those walls had to get knocked down that she had put up, some of those traumas, some of those things that she had dealt with, and that made up this whole perspective of what a whole relationship was, and looking towards marriage. Some of that stuff had to be knocked down, and you got to be okay with and be willing to let some of that stuff unlearn, as Johnny said, some of that stuff.
And I can say this with our daughter Brittany. I always say if I was to have a Johnny, the third.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to have a Johnny the third, she would have been it. She's one of my twins, and she moves just like I move. But here's the thing: we taught her to be independent. We taught a lot of girls to be independent at a time where it was needed, and then they had to learn the next step for the next lane they was in. So when she first got married, it was a lot of she can do it, she'll do it, I don't need you to do it, that type stuff. And then at some point in time, if she wanted to do it and she didn't know how to do it, she'll say, well, I just asked my daddy. And I had to cut her like, hey, you got to stop that. You got to ask your husband, and then you got to let him be the person to direct you which way y'all need to go. It don't need to be you just not even asking him or putting him in situations that can't work. So as soon as she started doing that, that's when they begin to find their rhythm. And now they got a whole book out.
So it can be. It can be.
Yeah. So even if it's not a single parent, us having the 6 daughters, I needed them to be women, but I needed them to be strong women, in this world. So I instilled some stuff in them that I needed them to be at the time. Now, that does not take nothing from them from being strong women.
Mm-hmm.
But just like I said, when you're a strong woman and you're a strong woman and you got a strong man, then y'all can build something even stronger together. You just got to find out how to move with each other. Now, it's not for you to just be strong by yourself, and then he's strong over here by himself, and then y'all just doing y'all separate thing, but y'all married.
Yeah.
And then you just want him to. Let me ask you this question: you want him that won't need you? Are you happy if he don't need you at all? He just wants you every now and then? I don't question I need to ask. You talking about he should be happy and I want him but don't need him. Well, how about if he wants you and don't need you? How about that? How you feel about that? You all right with that, Alan? Because the look you got on your face.
You crazy.
You all right with that? You be all right with that? If he say I want you, but I don't need you.
She perplexed.
Yeah. It's a human
desire.
Yeah, it's a human desire.
It's mostly because, especially now, men are always asking what you bring to the table. So what do you bring to the table? What do you have to offer me?
Yeah.
So if you flip the script on that, the women bossed up and was like,
what do you?
The table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you can't all of a sudden ask them to now be. And I'm not saying that being a submissive wife is weak or weaker, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
From the outside looking in, if that's something you've never done, it looks like you stifling your voice and you make yourself small. So it's big. It's more about, especially if you've never seen a model.
Yeah. And that's not my wife. My wife is a strong woman, and she's always been a strong woman in my eyes. She just didn't believe how strong she was. And that's something completely different. So, I had to help cultivate that in her. And then once she got her eagle wings, she just started flying. So now she's in a place to where she understands, and she's very strong. And she can carry me if needs to happen. But here's the thing. She's strong, I'm strong, we strong together, we stronger together, and we building stuff together. The iron sharpen iron, like I said before, needs to be in your household first. You can iron sharpen iron with different men, strong men, all that stuff. But my best sharpening comes with this woman right here. When we sit down, we strategize, we build, we plan, we do that. That's when it comes in the best. Because you can do the iron sharpen iron thing with men that's in your life, but here's the thing: don't nobody know me like Deirdra. I ain't got nothing but a handful of friends. So these brothers, they know me, but they don't know me like her. They still don't know me like her. So yeah, I need the iron sharpen iron to come from her first, and then the other ones we can still do. So all that is good, but Yeah, a woman needs to ask that question. What a man bringing to the table, what he got to offer, what is he worth, what is his value, all that stuff. But once you start moving forward with, dating, relationship, engagement, marriage, family, then the picture need to be, okay, we strong, what we doing.
Right.
How we doing this.
Right.
What can we do to do this? Even if I got a part or Deirdra got a part, the statement is always what we doing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna handle this, you handle this. You do 1 through 5, I do 6, 7, 8. Whatever it is. And then we'll meet back around with this. We can actually do this one together. We can handle this. You do that. We'll meet back around. We'll be more productive like that. Cool. But it's a plan that we did together. It's not me saying, well, you just sit right there. I'm going to go do this and I'll be back. No.
Well, call me old school if you will, but I'm still smitten by the fact of that I meet you and I, like you the way you look first, of course, and get to know you and talking to you and stuff like that or whatever. Because I feel like, who I want to meet, the person that I know that I'm called to,
Yeah.
And he may not have, he may have a half of a table.
Well, you ain't know that in the beginning.
I know.
You were just,
but I'm just saying, is for me,
by these looks.
I'm still old school in the case of my heart loves you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go to bed and I think about you before I go to bed. I think about you when I get up. I'm thinking about you most of my day, and my heart longs to be with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all that stuff is okay, but at the end of the day, the stuff gonna come and the stuff could go. But can our love sustain, the woes of life and can I depend on you and can you depend on me and how can I serve you? Because at the end of the day, yeah, when we got married, I asked you to quit your job and come move to where I was. And you did. We weren't even married yet, but you did that.
Yeah.
But I knew that despite all we had been through, that you loved me. We were in a great place. We were engaged, so we were getting married. But at the end of the day, we've had stuff come and we've had a whole lot of stuff go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, our love still remains. And for me, that's like I said, it ain't about, for me, at the end of the day and at the beginning of the next, it ain't about the tangible things. It's about the intangible things.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I think it's good, you're taught to be independent and all these things. And now, what the millennials and a lot of people are saying today, just like Allison said, well, first it was, the man used to say, well, what you bringing to the table and not a woman, she is the table and all these things or whatever. I get all that stuff. And, what the, politically correct word is, and I'm the table and you the table and he the table and what your table got on it and all these things. At the end of the day, I give me this.
But
give me this. Let's build on this relationship to make sure that it's stable to stand, because at the end of the day, we can build tables together.
Yeah. But so the new millennials say what you bring to the table.
I know.
I'm the whole table. That's all that is a new way of saying I have standards. And what you ain't about to do is come in here and you just got standards.
Not just standards, it's tangible stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Or do you got good credit? Or you got a good, you got a good job.
Well, make sure you got right. Good. Y'all have to have good credit though.
And don't get me wrong, that stuff is important, but a lot of people are more focused now on the stuff that you got, your stocks and your portfolio and all these things. You better get to know that man and that woman for themselves. Are they a person with integrity and goals and dreams and morals and all these things? And do they have a heart for God? And like, there are other things that are more, you know what I'm saying?
Do you know how to treat a woman?
I'm not saying don't get into that conversation, because of course.
Because at the end of the day, just like my wife saying, at the end of the day, all that stuff is important, but you can have somebody with good credit, got money, know how to make money,
yeah,
got stuff,
go getter,
They crazy as hell. They don't know how to treat no woman.
Mm-hmm.
They just see a woman as somebody to have sex with. Don't want no kids, don't want no babies. You know, they go mess up their lifestyle, all this stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that come with it. So yeah, all that stuff needs to be, because back in the day, you know, parents didn't tell their children to check credit and all that. Now, in the way it's evolved now, yeah. Because you get with a joker got a credit score of 12 and he can't get nothing. And now you got to wait 25 years before you could buy a house. It's a lot that comes. 12, so you got
baby. I don't even think it goes.
You have to, it's a lot of stuff you have to look at. But that's a part of the dating process. So, but just like my wife said, you got to make sure the person is a human being and know how to treat another human being.
Yeah.
Care about themselves, but know how to care about somebody else. Mm-hmm. You gotta have that. Because that was, regardless of what me and my wife got, cars, houses, whatever the case is, at the end of the day, if we was to lose all that, we can rebuild it. Mm-hmm. The one thing that we not gonna let tear up is this right here. So whatever the other stuff is, we got that. If we lose it, we be sad, heartbroken a little bit. But what we gonna do is rebuild. Mm-hmm. And we've done that time and time again. Beside him. We've done that time and time again.
And he's sticking beside me.
You need somebody with some, I can't find the right word. What you call it? Some
endurance.
No.
Some endurance. Some
endurance, but you need somebody.
Substance.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for.
Help me.
Substance. He got to have some substance. And that's intangible stuff and untangible stuff.
Intangible. Absolutely. Stuff. Now, you want to throw this last question in there real quick?
Sure.
Just real quick. Listen, for the record, this is how it starts. For the record, I love my husband so much. Okay.
Oh, that's a setup right there. I love my husband so much, but
baby, listen. He has 2 children from a previous marriage. And when we met, he knew how much I wanted to be a mother. When I asked if he desired to have more children, that you wanted to have, excuse me, because you a mother to his kids now, well, a stepmom or a bonus mom or however you say it, but you wanted to have your own baby. I get you. When I asked if he desired to have more children, he stated that he would have more if his wife desired to have some.
That was before the marriage?
Mm-hmm. He would have more if his wife desired to have some. Fast forward, we get married, and a little over a year into it, I'm ready to start the baby making process. I'm ready.
Yeah, he bucking.
I asked him if we could start. He tells me that he is almost 40 and doesn't desire to have a baby, and basically that's his final answer. We argue about it for a little while, and I tell him that he shouldn't have married me knowing that we weren't on the same page. We are at a crossroads in our relationship with neither of us willing to budge. I feel like he sold me a dream. While I don't want to leave my husband, I also think that motherhood is a desire that I shouldn't have to abandon. Any advice? He not willing to budge. You not willing to budge. You feel like he sold you a dream. You don't want to leave him, but you want to be a mama. All that don't go together. You say you don't want to leave him, so don't leave him, and then you just be a mother to his 2 kids. When they come over, if they live with their mama, like, what you gonna do? Because it's either you stay with him and he don't want to have kids no more kids, and then you be bitter and angry, and then you grow old with him and hate him and all these things. And then because it sounds like even if he don't want no more kids, so I'm thinking that means he don't want to be the father. He don't want to give the sperm to have another one. He don't even want to adopt another one. He don't want no more kids. He almost 40. So at the end of the day and at the beginning of the next, he said what he said. And now you saying what you saying, but yet you don't want to leave him. Don't leave him and end up like I just said, or leave him, divorce him, go find you somebody else, girl, to have a baby. No, I'm just playing. But really, like it and I'm sorry, I hate to sound insensitive, but y'all, it sounds like I'm glad that they did have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Before, because to be honest, they probably did have some premarital counseling, or at least some conversations between themselves. And she made that known that, you made that known that you wanted to have a baby. That was a part of the deal. He had kids already, 2 kids. Will you have another? Yeah, I'll have some more if you want to have some more. And then you get into it. Now you're ready. You ask him, and now he's pretty much saying what he's saying. And he said it. So the decision is yours now.
Yeah. I agree with Deirdra.
Yeah, it's yours.
So this is something that you probably been thinking about for your entire life, about having your own baby. And you married him with the expectation of that's what he said he would do. And now he's saying he's not going to do it. So yeah, you have a decision to make.
It was a discussed expectation too.
Just like Deirdra said, you will, if you stand with him, and I'm sure you treat his kids like your kids. But it's something when a woman wants to have a baby
of her
own come out of her with her husband. It's a lot in that. So if he's saying he don't want to do that now, then he's depriving. That's a selfish response, because he told you one thing in the beginning and now y'all here. And that's a selfish response. If he didn't want, even if he don't want 2-3 more kids, he can at least have one more child, because that's what his wife wants. So if he's not willing to budge on that, then you got a decision to make.
You got a
decision to make. Because
hard.
If you're not with somebody who's willing to be selfless about something that you really want, then I mean, yeah.
That they said that they wanted.
Yeah. And you were thought, and he probably meant it when he said it. But then a year and a half later, he probably feeling some different kind of way about himself. And now he don't want to have no kids. Well, yeah. But like Deirdra said, if you stay with him and you don't have any kids of your own from your womb, then you're gonna wind up being bitter and not liking him. And then you're gonna be in a unliked, loveless marriage. Just wasting time.
Yeah.
Just
resentful.
And then that's something that you don't. So it's something that you need to think about.
Yeah, and pray about real hard.
Yeah, it's a conversation you need to have with him, and just let him know and be real. When I first got in this marriage, before we got married, you said you would have another baby. I'm ready. Now you saying you don't want her. That's
not that you ain't ready right now.
Yeah, not that you ain't ready right now.
You're saying that final answer.
You're not having
no
more baby.
No more.
So now I desire to have a baby, and I need to be with a man who desires and wants to make that happen. Yeah. And if you're not the guy, then I'm sure it's somebody that will do that for me. But if he don't want that, and I'm sure I think y'all are in a good relationship, it's probably a serious bump that y'all got to in y'all relationship. So if he know how serious you are, then he may change his mind. I don't know. And have one child. But at the end of the day, he told you one thing in the beginning, and a year and a half later, he changed it. And now a part of your life and your journey and your happiness
and your dream is caught up in the fact that this man that you love,
he made a decision about the entire thing. It needed to be a decision made together.
Yeah.
And if he told you that, I'm sure you married him for more than that.
Yeah.
But that was a major one.
Yeah, that was important.
And now you're here.
Yeah.
And then now you're arguing about it and everything. Yeah. You got to make a decision.
Yeah.
Like Deirdra say, sis, you got to make a decision. If you can stay in this marriage and be all right with you not having your own baby, then do it.
Because you say you really don't want to leave him. However.
But if you can't, you need to get out, because that's going to change you as a person. That's going to change you as a person.
Yeah. That's what we got.
That's it?
That's what we got.
All right. We hope this helped. Again, anybody's listening that want to send in questions, send it to info@momentswiththemobleys.com.
Very good, honey.
You can also we do free consults. So you can go on our website, what happened?
The way you say consults.
That's wrong.
That's like you say cul-de-sac. It's right. Go ahead, baby. www.momentswiththemobleys.com is our website. All things Mobleys on there, everything. We appreciate y'all.
We do.
I appreciate you, honey.
Do you?
I love and need and want you, baby.
Do you?
I do. Always and forever.
All right. All right. Well, that's it. This has been Moments with the Mobleys.
We really wish y'all the best, though.
We do.
And
we'll pray for
all
the marriages that send in the questions.
Yeah.
This has been Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr.
I'm his wife, Deirdra.
And we something like ordinary couple.
With extraordinary purpose.
Peace.
Night-night. Good night. Arrivederci. Sayonara.
Mushi mushi.
Yeah.